Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. My god, the glare with me not having the hair. Good lord, that's bad. Oh well. It is what it is. Also, probably doesn't help I'm wearing a black shirt. I'm a little tired today. I'll be honest. I am actually a little bit tired, but meh. Is what it is. Is what it is. But welcome back, everybody. We are continuing Katawa Shoujo Sisterhood. Using that wonderful, wonderful command there. The mod I'm playing is Katawa Shoujo Sisterhood, which is adapting a popular Katawa Shoujo fanfiction. Sisterhood by Guest Poster. The story continues on from the end of Hanako's good ending, acting as an epilogue, and I think I just realized that this link does not work. Yeah, I fucked up the link. Jesus Christ. It took how many streams for me to realize I fucked up the link? Too many. This is the 8th stream I've played this game. Hold on, I'm gonna fix it real fast. Oh my god. I am such an idiot, guys. You know that? I am such an idiot. Alright, it's updated now. Let's try it again. Yeah, that works now. Yeah, that works now. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh well, it happens. It happens. So, what happened the last time we played? A lot of bad shit, I'll be perfectly honest. Oh, kinda. Lily confessed to Hisao and Hanako that she was leaving. Because, of course, she had to tell them, she wanted to tell them, and she pretty much went through her entire thing she said back, like, on her route. If we were playing through Lily's route in the base game, she just said pretty the exact same thing she would say there. Mostly building up Hanako even more, saying she's gonna grow into be, you know, a very strong and wonderful woman, but then stopping yourself and saying, actually, you already are. So it's like, it's the same thing she said, but she added more to it. Which is cool. Which is really nice. We get a nice little fun little bit mini scene with Lily talking to Shizune about her leaving and them trading barbs with each other briefly. That was something. And then they plan a party the day before Lily leaves, more or less just like with the base game. So, Hanako, first working on stuff for the newspaper club and having a long talk with Naomi there, just about maybe expanding her surprise article for Hisao into a column that'll be a weekly thing for every other club, as just something to make her think about for a little while. To her running out to try to meet Hisao because she was supposed to tell Hanako, yeah, he's outside waiting for you. But I just got distracted talking to you. So they're just trying to get to town to, you know, get supplies for this party that was happening later that night. It starts raining. They start running. Someone also trying to get out of the rain on a bicycle hits Hisao. And he suffers a heart attack. And Hanako goes through a panic attack. Hisao wakes up in the hospital, is given the rundown of what's going on with him, and how, at the very least, he will be there until the weekend now, under observation. He tries calling Hanako, she picks up, she's very quiet, very kind of like skittish now talking, and breaks up with him. Right then and there, saying that she can't be with him. So he's confused, so he calls up Lily, apologizes for what happens, finds out that she and her sister are trying to delay their trip to Scotland now. I think mostly because, Hisao got hurt. And just he filled her in on what the hell is going on with Hanako, and they're both very confused. Very, very confused. And that's about where we left off. A lot did happen in a short amount of time, I suppose. But yeah. That's where we left off. We are still in the hospital as Hisao. We're just going to continue on from there and see how it goes. It'd be cool if I could finish this off today. I highly doubt it, though. We might get close, though. We'll see. We'll see. So, where's my phone? I'm looking at Twitch Inspector again. You know me. I'm always paranoid. Yeah, we're good so far. No unstable spots yet today. It's been somewhat consistent. It starts a little high, and then it drops, and it scares you, but then it's like, nah, you're good, fam. Alright, let's turn that off so I don't have to look at it all the time, get even more anxious, and yeah, we're just gonna keep on trucking. Hey, Nick, how's it going, buddy? Also, I have an ear out because I want to make sure the dogs are okay. Right now they're sleeping, but, yeah, you guys have heard me talk about Blue and the things he'll do if he's left alone and not occupied. He's a little shit. He's still a puppy, okay? But they lying down, they relaxing. You doing well? Good. Glad you're doing well. Alright, let's get this wonderful, wonderful show on the road, shall we? Try to get through more of it. And see how much of this week's schedule I'll have to change up. Alright. The evening and the rest of the next day are completely uneventful, so I just try to get as much rest as I can. Having just finished my evening meal, I lie back and close my eyes. It's been a day since I've called Hanako and Lily, and I haven't heard a reply from either. Is Lily still in Japan, or is she flying to Scotland right now? Dozing off a bit, I can vaguely hear a sound approaching me. I'm not sure if it's my imagination or not. A doctor wouldn't walk with such loud, pronounced steps. Suddenly, I feel something on my face. I open my eyes, but there's still nothing but darkness. Oh, no. No. Oh, yeah. She did tell Lily, hey, can you just, tell Shizune and Misha I'm in the hospital? If they don't already know. Thanks. Fuck. Great, I get a scene with these two now. Again. Ugh. Misha voice has got to come back again. Guess who, He-chan? Misha, what are you doing in my dream? Insert wahaha here. It isn't a dream. I'm right here. Hi there, He-chan. How are you feeling? Slightly better than yesterday. Are you here on your own? No, I brought company. Oh, hello okay. Thank you for the hello there. Hello there. She moves to the side a bit, and I'm surprised to see not just Shizune entering the doorway, but Lily as well, her hand resting on Shizune's shoulder for navigation. So it seems Akira managed to extend their stay in Japan after all. Shizune has an irritated expression on her face, Lily's pace obviously far too slow for her liking, but she doesn't pull away. That's a fast flight. Oh no, they just delayed it. They were supposed to go to Scotland. But Lily had Akira do her damnedest to delay their departure. just to get themselves on another flight. And it looks like they succeeded. It's an interesting sight, seeing that Shizune and Lily usually can't stand each other. As Shizune heads further into the room, Lily hangs back in the doorframe. Misha, did you walk on ahead? How'd you know? I merely roll my eyes and focus on Shizune, who's reached my bed as well, and gives me a curt nod as a greeting, with a modest smile on her face, indicating she's happy to see me.
Good to see you, Hee-chan. You certainly gave us a scare.
Nice to see you too, Shizune. Thanks for dropping by.
Not a problem. We made sure to bring you a few things you may appreciate during your stay here.
Shizune gestures to Misha, who grabs the bag lying at her feet and drops it on the bed. Inside are my own pajamas, toothbrush, and several books I got from the library last week. Did they just break into our dorm room? They broke into our fucking dorm room and started rifling through our shit. Hey, Masquerado. No, it's not going to be next week. Not next week. I already have stuff planned for next week. I will work in your redeem and Golden's redeem. Don't worry. Hope you're doing well. And hey there, Golden. How's it going? Why are you quoting Romeo and Juliet? Like, Golden, why are you quoting Romeo and Juliet right now? Of course you skip most of it, but why are you quoting it? I guess it would appear ungrateful to ask Shizune how the heck they managed to get into my room. Thanks, guys. This will make the rest of my time a lot easier to sit out. And then notice a small envelope near the bottom of the bag. There's no postmark or stamp on it. Only my own name written in what appeared to be shoddy or shaky handwriting. Oh my fucking god. Is that gonna be a letter from fucking Kenji? Please don't be a letter from fucking Kenji. Curiously, I look at Shizune. What's in the envelope?
I don't know. We found it in the student council's mailbox. We don't know who left it there.
Intrigued, I open the envelope. Oh, I think I know what's in the envelope, guys. I think I know what's in the envelope. But when I feel what's inside, I feel my blood curdle, and both Misha and Lily cringe when the beeping of my EKG monitor suddenly spikes.
Hee-chan, what's in there?
Oh no. I take the object from the envelope and carefully hold it in the palm of my hand. Oh. That hurts. It's Hanako's hair clip. I gave it to her when we started dating. That revelation is enough to kill the atmosphere in the room on the spot. For a moment, everyone merely stares at the floor, unsure of what to say. Shizune is the first one to recollect herself, and she starts signing, and giving Misha a gentle shove in order to shake her out of the dazed state she was just in before repeating herself.
Right. Hee-chan, we went to the nurse's office today to see if we could find out some more for you, and, do you remember that incident in science class some time ago?
I do remember. Hanako, Shizune, Misha, and I were working on an assignment together when Shizune and Misha started grilling me for information about my activities during the weekend, and made me reveal Lily and I were buying something for Hanako's upcoming birthday. That triggered a panic attack with Hanako, and although we were able to get her out of the class with a minimum of attention from the rest, the whole experience was very unsettling. How could I forget about that?
It seems something similar happened on Monday. It was pretty bad, apparently. That's all the nurse would tell us, and he only told us because we said it was for your sake.
So things are even worse than I thought. My accident 2 days ago didn't just give Hanako a scare, it gave her a panic attack. Was that what the doctor was talking about when he said she was behaving oddly? This at least explains why she sounded the way she did when I found her. It was very much like the last time Lily and I visited her shortly after that occurrence in class. Oh boy. We're starting off real heavy today, guys. I apologize. It's not Grisaya heavy. This is still heavy stuff. I turned to Lily, who's been standing some distance away from the bed the whole time, and who has been strangely quiet during my interaction with the student council duo. So, Lily, I suppose this means you weren't able to talk to Hanako after all. Lily doesn't immediately respond, and I notice how Shizune and Misha both give her an uncomfortable look. Lily, in turn, turns her head in Misha and Shizune's direction and shoots them a pleading look back. After fiddling with her glasses for a second, Shizune nods and makes a flurry of gestures in Misha's direction.
Hee-chan, I think we'll leave the two of you alone for a while. We'll be in the cafeteria downstairs. When you're done, you can give them a call and ask them to notify us.
Without waiting for a reply, Shizune and Misha get up, give me a quick nod, and then walk out of my room with quick, determined steps, leaving me alone in the room with Lily. Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. This looks rather ominous. Do they know something I don't? You'd better sit down. There's a chair a few steps away from my bed on the right side.
Thank you.
Lily takes out her cane and carefully approaches while waving it in front of her until she finds the chair I mentioned. As she walks towards me, I take a moment to look her over. You're not looking so good. I'm actually being polite. She's looking far worse than I've ever seen her before, and the only reason I didn't notice it sooner was because she was standing some distance away from the bed, and Shizune and Misha were hogging my attention. She talked to Hanako, they got into a fight, didn't they? Hanako ripped into her for some reason, didn't she? Her posture is different than usual. I don't think I've seen her slump her shoulders before, but she certainly does now. I can decide to add an ever in there. When I look closer, I also notice bags under her eyes, as if she's completely skipped sleep last night. Lily, what's going on?
Hisao, I did speak with Hanako yesterday.
Her voice sounds softer than usual, almost a whisper. Judging by the envelope she left, I don't get the impression it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Lily sadly shakes her head. Why don't you start at the beginning?
After your phone call, I went over to her room. The door was locked, of course, and she didn't react to my knocking at first. But I kept trying, and eventually she opened the door for me. She told me I shouldn't have visited her. She said she wanted to see me off with a smile, and she didn't want our last moments together to be like this. I told her that I asked Akira to postpone our departure, and with luck I could be here for her for a little while longer. I expected her to be happy, or at least relieved, but she didn't react at all to this news.
Go on.
I asked if she wanted to go and visit you here together with me, just in case Akira would fail to move the departure date. I was pretty sure the doctors would have made an exception for us. But she wouldn't. She told me that she wasn't your girlfriend any longer. That she couldn't be your girlfriend any longer. I asked her why, but she wouldn't tell me. Then I asked her what happened the day before, but she wouldn't tell me that either. Instead, she asked me to leave.
Lily sighs deeply.
I should have left. But at that time I didn't. I couldn't. I kept reminding her of all the wonderful times you two had together. I kept trying to find out what caused her to act the way she did. I kept trying to convince her to go and see you. I thought if she would just go and see you, she'd change her mind. She kept telling me to leave her alone. I must have pressured her too much, because suddenly she...
Lily swallows, and for a moment I think she's going to break down. Okay, yeah, Hanako fucking tore into her. Oh boy. Then she continues, her pain evident in every word she says.
She lashed out at me. She screamed at me to leave her alone. She said I was only here to make myself feel better. I said I was here because I wanted to support her, because she is my best friend. Then she snapped that I had never been interested in her as a friend, that I'd only been interested in fixing her, that she was nothing but a project to me. And then she told me to go away, and to never come back. I was terrified of her at that moment. I turned around and fled the room. I haven't been back since. I don't think I could even if the door wasn't locked.
Unable to keep her emotions in check any longer, Lily stands up and holds her face in her hands before bursting into tears. Oh my... Is that a custom crying, Lily? Or am I just seeing things?
I am sorry, Isao. I messed everything up.
Yeah, fuck that lineup, but same idea across, but fuck. Hanako angry and lashing out, Lily breaking down and crying. Oh, and Hisao lying in a hospital bed. This is like the worst case scenario. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. Hanako screaming at someone else, at Lily of all people, is almost impossible for me to imagine. She's such a meek and subdued girl, she usually has trouble even raising her voice. But the sight of the sobbing Lily in front of me leaves very little doubt that this is what has happened. Lily. Oh yeah, she's fucking straight up crying. Fucking crying Sprite. I sit upright, gently wrap my arms around her and hold her as she cries, her carefully crafted lady exterior completely shattered.
I could hear her last night, Isao. I could hear her cry on the other side of the wall. And I couldn't do anything to help her.
We'll find a way, Lily. At least I hope so. I'm not so sure myself. Are there any other ways to approach Hanako now that she's pushed both me and Lily away? Is this really how our little family was meant to end? Is this how our relationship was meant to end? Was the whole thing doomed from the start? Were things never meant to last beyond my first episode? Lily sniffles, obviously not convinced.
I disappointed you, didn't I, Hisao?
Don't be so hard on yourself. Truth be told, I wouldn't have expected Lily's attempt to talk Hanako out of her depression to backfire like this. For as long as I've known her, Lily's always been a steady pillar of support for both Hanako and me. Whenever I was lost on what to do, Lily would always nudge me in the right direction in that calm, confident, and motherly manner of hers. But that was before this whole Scotland business reared its head. I had no doubt this thing has been on her mind constantly. Hanako is really getting that lone wolf route, first her therapist Hisao, now Lily. Oh my god, yeah, oh fuck, her therapist is still on vacation, isn't she? Oh boy. Yeah, she's just... everyone's getting pushed away now. Oh boy. Until we... oh my god. Did her own worries throw off her judgment? That seems to be the case.
I feel I failed both of you.
You've always been there to support us, Lily. And you've been doing a great job. But you're only human. Her flood of tears slowly subsiding, Lily lets go of me and sits down again next to my bed, taking out a fancy embroidered handkerchief to dry her tears.
I probably shouldn't have pressured her the way I did.
The last time Hanako locked herself away, I was the one who was dying to drag her out, and you were the one who told me it was probably best to back down and let Hanako sort things out on her own. That advice might very well have prevented our relationship from failing before it even started. So I can't help but feel there's some irony in the way things played out. It seems a little unlike you. Lily gives me a tired smile, obviously aware of what I just pointed out.
I'm used to pacing my life in such a way that I could always carefully consider the situation before acting. It's how I've always done things. I'm afraid I function very badly under pressure. I admit I may have acted rashly. It's just that at the time, I didn't even know if Akira would succeed in extending our stay here. I thought that maybe I only had a few hours left here before I'd be forced to leave, and I couldn't bear the thought of leaving the two of you in the middle of a situation I share some responsibility for myself. I would have felt like abandoning you.
Just because we were on our way to buy stuff for your seeing off party doesn't mean you're responsible for what happened.
That's not what troubled me. Hisao, what do you think triggered Hanako's panic attack this Monday?
The most realistic assumption I can come up with is probably the prospect of losing one more person dear to her.
One more person? Or perhaps two more?
I take a moment to consider Lily's suggestion. When I had my heart attack in front of Hanako, she was already busy grappling with the fact she was about to lose Lily. I have to admit the theory of Lily's rapidly approaching departure playing at least a role in this sounds very plausible.
And unlike your heart attack, Me going away has been a conscious choice on my part. But I've never meant to hurt her, Hisao. I've never meant to hurt anyone.
Hey, nobody could have predicted this. She sadly shakes her head.
In the end, I felt responsible for this situation, and felt it as my duty to help sort it out. There may be some truth in Hanako's point about my actions merely serving to ease my own conscience.
That may be so, but I think I would have acted exactly the same in your position. And I'm willing to bet all my limbs on it that the same is true for Hanako. We stay quiet for a long time, neither of us really knowing what more to say. Eventually, I see a doctor passing by in the hallway, looking into my room and checking his watch. Apparently the staff here thinks you're wearing out your welcome. Hopefully you can come back sometime tomorrow.
I will.
I take the receiver from the phone on my nightstand, call the cafeteria's number, and ask them to call a girl with crazy pink drill hair and a girl with glasses using sign language and direct them to my room. As I finish, I notice Lily has sought out the sink near one corner of the room and is busy washing the tears off her face and tidying herself as best she can. Gotta look presentable in front of your cousin that you hate. I can't help but chuckle. Even under these circumstances, Lily still won't be caught dead facing Shizune looking anything less than 100% presentable. Some things will probably never change. Lily, you should probably try to get a good night's rest.
You too, Hisao. I'll make an effort on my part, although I cannot guarantee anything.
You can use my dorm room for tonight if you like. The keys are still in my pockets of my uniform. Lily considers it for a moment, but then adamantly shakes her head.
Refused.
You'd at least eliminate the temptation of listening in on Hanako.
I appreciate the gesture, Hisao, but only one girl in the world has any business sneaking into that dorm room of yours and sleeping in your bed.
Aw, Lily. She firmly taps the floor ahead of her with her cane as if to further emphasize her point.
And that girl is Hanako.
Oh. Okay, that ended off a little nice. Are we still in the hospital? We're still in the hospital. Alright, are we on a new chapter? Yeah, we are on a new chapter. Chapter 15 of 17. Nobody has to know. Oh my god.
Sorry, Hisao, but I'm just not that kind of girl. As much as I love you and Hanako very much, I'd rather not be the third wheel.
Upon finishing the last page of the book I've been reading since morning, I close it with a decisive snap. I'm thankful to Shizune and Misha for bringing along my books. Time passes a lot more quickly while I'm absorbed in one of them. With luck, I'll be able to leave the hospital tomorrow around noon. My heart, after the initial episode 4 days ago, has decided to abstain from causing me further trouble, though that seems like a small comfort. Yesterday was pretty eventful, with my parents dropping by at noon, and Lily, Shizune, Misha, and Akira visiting in the evening. For some time, it seemed like nothing was out of the ordinary, with Akira playfully mentioning how interesting it was to see Lily and Shizune made peace with one another, to which Shizune replied that striking a wounded adversary was simply against her moral code, a provocation which Lily then used to refute Akira's suggestion. Both eventually got upset at my observation that the two of them were really too proud for their own good sometimes. A remark that amused Misha and Akira to no end. After Lily and I were left alone again, though, it quickly became clear she had simply been doing her best to keep up appearances. A trait of hers that both tends to impress and unnerve me. It turned out that not much had changed. Lily was still in a very depressed mood, although she took my word for it when I assured her that Hanako hadn't been secretly resenting her all along, as she'd come to believe over the last 2 days. I also learned that Akira has only been able to postpone their departure to Scotland for 1 week, and she won't be able to hold things off any longer. In addition to the rift between Hanako and Lily, I also have my own relation with Hanako to worry about. Can our relationship still be mended? Is it fair to expect her to deal with events like last Monday after all she's been through already? If that's not possible, can we still be friends? We've been through many highs and lows together. Would ordinary friendship even be possible? I don't want her to be just a friend to me. Is she going to avoid me from now on? It seems an impossible task, seeing that we're in the same class, but Hanako has been keeping up a wall between herself and the rest of the class since she started attending here. She could pull it off if she wanted to. Lily, Shizune, and Misha are probably going to visit again, but neither Lily nor I have a clear idea on how to get through to Hanako. As I mull over these things, I notice a familiar figure slowly walking through the hallway. She stops near the door and looks to be in deep thought for a moment. Lily? Hey, Lily! Having picked up my voice, Lily turns in my direction for a moment to acknowledge my greeting, and then turns around to talk to someone who was apparently standing behind her. After a few seconds, she turns back to me and carefully navigates herself to my bed.
Good morning, motherfuckers!
Oh my god, the timing! Oh my god. Oh my god, Nick, the timing. The timing was too good. Lily slides into frame. Good morning, motherfuckers. Oh, that was too fucking good. Oh, I love it. Oh. Oh, that was good. That was really good. Are you here all on your own? Aren't Shizune and Misha with you?
No, not this time.
Lily retracts her cane, sits down in the chair near the end of my bed, and puts it into her bag. As she does so, I notice something else in there. The plush puppy Hanako gave her. Has she been carrying that thing around with her all week?
I started feeling bad to make them accompany me, and then sit most of the time in the cafeteria while we talk here. So I decided to come alone this time.
So the person you were talking to was a nurse you asked for directions?
Not quite. It was a staff member from Yamaku who came up to me and offered me a ride here while I was waiting for the bus. Upon getting here, we made a little bet to see if I could find your room myself without any assistance.
Wow, you made your way here just from memory? Sense of direction's a lot better than mine, that's for sure.
The last hallway threw me off a bit. I might have lost if you hadn't called out to me. Thanks to you, I was able to earn us both a free drink. Apparently, they sell some good tea down here.
I don't think the doctors will be thrilled with me drinking caffeine right now. Whom the fuck? I swear to God, if this is Muto, is this gonna be Muto? When I look up to greet Lily's mysterious benefactor, I notice a familiar face. Oh! Oh, it's the therapist! Okay. It's been a while since I've last seen her, but the old lady walking into the room carrying a tray with 3 drinks on it is wearing the same violet shawl and black skirt as she was when the nurse took me to see her on that day Lily and Akira arrived back in Japan. Mr. Kawa!
Good evening, Mr. Nakai. It grieves me that we meet again under such trying circumstances, but I'm nevertheless most pleased to see you again.
Ever the polite one, she makes a bow and places the tray on my nightstand before putting one of the teacups into Lily's outstretched hands and making another bow. Then she does the same with my cup of juice.
Please enjoy.
Lily, recognizing the old lady's gesture as a makeshift tea party, makes a bow of her own with an appreciative smile on her face.
Thank you for the trouble.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the old lady's sudden appearance. Is she here with news from Hanako? I suppose your visit here is not a coincidence? The old lady takes another careful sip before responding.
Yes and no. It was a coincidence I saw Miss Sato on my way home sitting there at the bus stop, and deciding she was looking so troubled that the least thing I could do was give her a ride. But then I decided, since I was here anyway, I might as well drop by and see how you are faring.
Nailed it. You really did, dude. Like, goddamn. Impeccable timing.
I take it you have met this person before?
Only once. Mr. Kawa's Hanako's therapist. This news certainly surprises Lily, for her hands shake for a moment and she nearly drops her cup. It looks like Mr. Kawa doesn't have the habit of mentioning her patients in her introductions to others.
Excuse me. I had no idea. I'm afraid Hanako never mentioned a name to me. That's all right. I usually tell my clients that therapy sessions are among the least interesting things to talk about with their friends.
Yeah, therapy is boring to tell other people, for what I've heard. In other words, she discourages the practice. I take it you're aware of what has happened to Hanako and me this Monday?
That's correct. The head nurse notified me as soon as he received the news.
Would you also happen to be the person who picked her up after the ambulance brought her here?
Yes, that was me. Miss Ikuzawa was still in shock when she arrived here, and I decided that a hospital bed was not an ideal place for her to calm down, so I took her to my office and let her rest there. When we heard the news that your condition had stabilized, I took her back to her dorm room.
Have you spoken to her since then?
I'm afraid I haven't. I informed her that I could supply her with a sleeping pill or antidepressant for the night if she wanted one, and that I'd be available if she wanted to talk, but she hasn't made use of those offers so far.
Didn't you place her you know, under supervision? The old lady sighs.
Yamaku is not a mental hospital, Mr. Nakai. We can do very little without a client's explicit consent. I can only make exceptions if I have determined that a client is prone to suicidal tendencies.
So at least Hanako does not have those. Thank goodness.
Indeed, or I highly doubt any of us would have even had the opportunity to make her acquaintance in the first place.
That's a pretty morbid thing to say. Both Lily and I shudder at the same time. Mr. Kawa, we're not really sure what happened to Hanako. Can you tell me what a panic attack is like? Hanako had one last Monday, didn't she? Mr. Kawa looks lost in thought for a second.
Yes, the most severe one since she enrolled here. And it lasted for quite some time, too. I can only assume your accident stirred some extremely ugly memories inside her. I cannot speak from personal experience regarding what it's like. The people who've had one themselves describe it to me as the most frightening experience of their life.
Oh boy, here we go.
Some compared it to a heart attack of some kind. Chest pain, difficulty breathing, flashing vision, and sometimes the sensation of dying. I think, Mr. Nakai, you may be one of the few people in school who can somewhat relate to what Miss Ikazawa must have been going through. Try to recall your own experience, except more prolonged and without passing out.
I let out a dejected sigh. That bad? No wonder she broke up with me. The old woman raises a curious eyebrow at that news, but doesn't seem overly shocked.
Did she break up with you?
I found her last Tuesday, and she said she couldn't be my girlfriend anymore. Then she hung up. But she seems to be serious about it.
I see. And how about you, Mr. Nakai? Are you planning to break up with her?
Huh?
Because if you're not, you could perhaps try to change her mind.
What am I supposed to say? Ask someone who lost her parents in such a tragic manner to put up with someone who might die on her at any moment?
Why not? She has known about your condition all along, hasn't she? And it hasn't stopped her from pursuing a relationship with you before. You could remind her that you're still here. Nothing permanent was lost.
Nothing except all the progress she's made since we met. Before that heart attack ruined things, she was organizing stuff, joining a club, going on dates, trying new things. Now she seems to be back to hiding away in her room and avoiding everyone and everything. If she had been with someone who wasn't suffering from this condition, maybe she could have... Ahem! For a moment, I'm startled by the sound of Miss Takawa loudly scraping her throat and setting down her hot teacup with a loud cling. As I look upon her face, I can tell she's glaring knives at me, though I'm not sure why.
Maybe she could have had a chance to recover fully, is what you were going to say, Mr. Nakai.
Well...
Did you really believe that a few months of dating you was all it would take for Miss Ikazawa's trauma to disappear just like that? Or a few months of dating anybody, for that matter? Were you counting on that when you started going out with her? Do you even know why I'm treating her?
Her voice is barely raised, yet I feel as if the sudden authoritative tone in her voice and her stern gaze are pinning me against the wall. Yeah, dude, guess what? Dating someone isn't gonna fix anything that has, that they have going on. No. That's not how that works. Okay. She keeps up her gaze for a few more seconds, then softens her expression, takes another sip, and reverts back to her grandmotherly tone.
Perhaps I should explain a few things. What I'd like you to understand is that what happened last Monday had nothing to do with her self-confidence, which has indeed improved a bit lately. I've worked with war veterans who were usually strong and confident men, yet they too had breakdowns in situations where their post-traumatic stress was triggered.
She pauses for a second, puts her cup on the tray, and absentmindedly fiddles with her shawl for a bit.
If you could manage to convince her to pick things up where you left off, you may find that much of that recent progress she has made has remained intact. It might take her a little while to sort things out, but she'll be back on her feet eventually. That's because I have found that Miss Ikezawa has a resilience that even many seemingly stronger people do not have.
I can attest to that. She's been through hell after the fire that scarred her, but she still managed to keep going. It's one of the things I admire about her.
Finally, take note that emotional trauma takes a long time to recover from. It takes time, therapy, and support. One cannot always judge this recovery process by short-term results as you've been doing. What's important is the progress is made in the long run. Many people who are recovering from trauma have relapses every now and again. It's not necessarily a problem as long as they eventually take more steps forward than backwards. It's important that you understand that about her, but it's equally important that Miss Ikizawa understands that about herself. I could help her with that, but it might be good if you can remind her of that as well.
Long-term thinking, huh?
That's right. Do not believe you have failed her and give up if something happens that causes her to temporarily regress. Some people can do well for years and then suddenly relapse unexpectedly. Just support her to the best of your ability until she can get back on her feet again. I do not wish to deny the good influence you've had on her. Just don't look upon yourself as a miracle worker, or even as someone whose responsibility it is to assure her recovery.
I haven't really been doing a great job supporting her this week.
To the best of your ability may not be as much as you like, just like she may not always be able to support you as much as she likes. It's up to you two to decide whether you're willing to settle for the support you still can give each other. Does the fact she couldn't be by your side throughout this ordeal mean she cannot do anything for you anymore?
Of course not.
She might feel the same. You could ask her.
You think she didn't mean it when she said she didn't want to be my girlfriend anymore?
I recall you saying she said something different.
Comes down to the same thing, doesn't it?
I don't believe it does, but that's up for you to find out for sure.
God damn! Alright, guest poster nailed the therapy talk. Like, that's just, like, genuine. 100% genuine. Holy shit. That was good. That's actually good stuff. And it's all true. Again, to the best of your ability isn't always going to be as much as you want to. Some days you can do a lot, some days you can do a little. It's always going to be different, and goddamn, they've really fucking nailed that one. My gaze wanders between Lily and Miss Takawa, who both have an expectant expression on their face. Are they expecting me to take action right here and now? I take a deep breath. I guess I could reach out to her like you're suggesting. I turn to the old lady, who's doing her best to give me the most encouraging look she can muster. I don't suppose you have any helpful tips? You're the expert here.
I'm afraid I have to disappoint you there. Relationship therapy isn't my field. The real expert in the room would be you, Mr. Nakai.
Me?
Certainly. When it comes to winning Miss Ikazawa's heart, you're the world's leading expert. You are aware of the fact that you are her first boyfriend, aren't you? I think you'll do fine. Just be as sincere to her as you were to me when you told me why you liked her so much.
Do you still remember that?
I was hoping you'd be able to remember it as well during the times when your relationship with her is being tested.
I remember it all right. And between then and now, I found several additional reasons to be attached to Hanako. The problem isn't the fact I wouldn't like her anymore. The issue is the fact that I've hurt her and scared her off even though it wasn't something I did on purpose. But Miss Takawa has a point as well. Hanako knew of my heart condition all along, and yet she allowed herself to get close to me. I have to talk to her. As I reach for the phone and pick up the receiver, Miss Takawa gets up from her chair.
Would you like Miss Sato and me to excuse ourselves?
It's fine. I'm not really expecting her to pick up. If this is an emotional moment, don't fuck the cat. I always get that fur baby. Thanks for the lurk, Mari, and I'm gonna do my best.
Just like you would really be doing your best if you were to go and check out this wonderful person named Lumi Mari. Oh, she is such a fantastic being. Playing quite a few games and bringing many people together from all over the world into one place, all for the sole goal of entertainment and camaraderie and friendship. Please, check her out if you have not done so.
God damn, I like doing that one. It's actually a fun little voice. And of course, we're in the middle of an ad, so I don't even know how many people actually heard it. I dial Hanako's number and wait, my heart racing. One look at Lily tells me she's probably as tense as I am. That's it, I'm gonna astral project into a cat. Fuck you. Oh, alright. I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop it. You're welcome, Mari. You're very welcome. After hearing the tone several times, the short beep of her voicemail sounds. Looks like Hanako has her phone turned off, but simply won't... Oh, turned on, but simply won't pick up. That's fine, though. I think I know what I want to say. Hanako? It's me. I don't think this is a situation either of us wants. I'm not angry with you. I just want to pick up where we left off, if possible. I'll be back at Yamaku around noon tomorrow. If you could wait for me at the gate to welcome me back, it'd make me really happy. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I hang up, still feeling apprehensive. No turning back now. The rest is up to Hanako. I can only hope she'll bother to listen to her voicemail. As my attention shifts back to my two visitors, I'm greeted by two smiling faces.
My. That certainly would have won me over if I were 40 years younger. Hisao, I'm sure she'll be there tomorrow. I know she still loves you. Please try not to worry too much about this.
Looks like Lily's maternal instincts are resurfacing. Somehow, this is the most reassuring thing I've seen all week.
If it is all right with you, I'll be taking my leave, Mr. Nakai. I'm sure you'll need all the rest you can get. After that message, you can't really afford the doctors to keep you here, now can you?
Thanks for the advice, Mr. Kawa. I'm sure you'll find out soon whether things worked out or not.
I'd appreciate it if you could keep me informed, Mr. Nakai. If you manage to reconcile with Miss Ikizawa, I may have a small gift for her that I'd like to present to you. Nothing serious. Just something I just thought of.
You're making me curious.
All the more reason to try and sort things out as soon as you can, isn't it?
Miss Takawa takes the tray, puts her empty cups on top of it, and then turns to Lily.
Miss Sato, I can drop you off at school if you wish. It's only a small detour for me, and visiting hours are probably about to end.
Lily gets up, makes a polite bow at the old woman, and smiles.
May I have the pleasure of treating you to a cup of tea first, Miss Takawa? I humbly accept. Please lead the way, Miss Sato.
As Lily and Miss Takawa say their goodbyes and leave the room, I can't help but think that these two would probably get along pretty well. Okay. I think we might actually potentially finish this off tonight, guys. So we're only an hour in, and we're on the third last chapter. We might actually be able to finish it off tonight. Alrighty. Only 30 more minutes. I pace around the hallway restlessly. After finishing breakfast this morning, the doctor came by, performed a few minor checkups, and informed me that we'd be having a short meeting in his office at 12 o'clock, and that I was free to go back to Yamaku afterwards. At least I don't need to stay here any longer. I wonder if Hanako has even listened to my message. Is she going to come out of her room today? What the hell am I supposed to tell her? I've packed my things, brushed my teeth, took a shower, and checked the bus schedule at least 5 times. Isn't this talk just a formality? Why couldn't he just tell me what he needed to this morning and let me go back? Nakai? I turn around as I hear my name and rush over to the doctor as he emerges from his office. Come in, please. I follow him into his office and sit down, but instead of giving me the expected, be careful in the future talk, the doctor merely stands there and checks his watch. What is he waiting for? Excuse me, aren't we ready to begin yet? You sound like you're in a hurry. I am. Very much. I'm afraid you'll have to hold back for a while. If you exhaust yourself at this point, you may be in here for another stay. Or another stay here. I understand. I was merely waiting for... Ah, good morning. I I turn around and watch two more people enter the room. Oh, his parents. Mom? Dad? I just sit there with my mouth open. I don't recall them saying they'd be here to pick me up when they visited 2 days ago. Hello, son. We're not too late, are we? No, you're just in time. I only called in your son a minute ago. I apologize. We live rather far away from here. Parents sit down next to me, and the doctor starts off with a predictable talk. That collision could have ended a lot worse than it did. I was lucky an ambulance was nearby. Of course, I'm warned to be more careful in the future. Turns out this hospital has a special arrangement with Yamaku. The ambulance personnel got instant access to my medical history by scanning in my student ID. Good thing I was carrying it and I was still wearing my school uniform. At least I get praise from my doctor for keeping up with my medication and improving my physical condition. It's probably the reason I didn't need heavier surgery. I'll have to take it easy for a little while, but I'll be allowed to start engaging in light exercise in a few days. Alright, no more runs with Emmy in the morning. I'll be put on some additional medication for a while. The nurse has been informed and will take care of it from here on out. My parents visited me shortly after my surgery, but I was still recovering from the narcosis at that time and wasn't even aware of their presence. They came by again 2 days ago. Apparently they talked to the doctor afterwards, and he timed this meeting so they could make it here. I wish they'd let me in on this. Yeah, why aren't they telling him? Take care, Mr. Nakai, and good luck with school. Oh, thank you. As we leave the doctor's office, my father addresses me. We were expecting you to be a bit more pleasantly surprised. We had to get up pretty early to make it here in time. Sorry, I really do appreciate you coming here. You were so tired 2 days ago, we haven't really been able to talk much. I was partially pretending to be more tired than I really was. It may have been rude, but I was too distracted by the matter with Hanako to be very sociable with them. And I didn't want them to worry even more about me. Okay, he's still trying to be considerate. Hopefully we can catch up a bit in the upcoming days. You barely know what's going on in your life anymore. Huh? I don't understand. We were planning to take you with us and let you rest at home for a few days. What? No!
I'm sorry, Hisao. We had no idea one of your friends is going to move away the upcoming days. You should have let us know.
It's... okay, Mom. We arrived at the grounds of Yamaku and are now wandering along the path to the boys' dormitories. I was already surprised. At first you hated the idea of going here, and now you just couldn't wait to get back. Guess I found my place here, Dad. You sure did. What's in that plastic bag you're carrying with you? Nothing important. As we reach the dorm entrance... Oh, good. Fuck. No. We're greeted by an ear-shattering... He-chan, welcome back! That could only originate from one person in Japan. Oh my fucking god. Did I need more Misha today? I didn't need more Misha today. Holy shit. I gotta be, like, mentally prepared to deal with Misha. Hold on, I gotta check the dogs quick. I hear them making noises. So, yeah, I will just, BRB. Alright, I am back. We have to do this thing tomorrow. Alrighty. Alright. In front of the dorm are Shizune, Misha, and Lily. Shizune cheerfully makes a small saluting gesture, Misha excitedly jumps up and down, and Lily calmly stands next to them.
Are these your friends, Hee-chan? Are these your parents, Hee-chan?
Mom, Dad, these are indeed my friends. The person in the middle is Shizune Hakamichi, our class representative and student council president. The one on the right is Shina Mikado, my neighbor in class. We just call her Misha. The girl on the left is Lily Sato, who attends the class next to ours and often shares lunch with me. Shizune, Misha, and Lily make polite bows toward my parents. Lily's slightly more graceful, and Misha's slightly more energetic than the rest.
I'm sorry, Hisao. We tried to get your neighbor Kenji to join us as well, but he seemed preoccupied and wouldn't come out of his room.
That's okay, Lily.
Hey, Hee-chan! Maybe I missed something here, but why isn't Hanako with you?
The fake smile I've been wearing since we reached Yamaku was wiped off my face in an instant. I haven't seen Hanako anywhere, Misha.
What?
Oh, great. Oh, no, not the roof. We're on chapter 16. We're actually almost done the mod. Okay. I'm worthless. As I sit on the ground, knees drawn up to my chin, and my hat almost pushed over my eyes, that thought keeps returning to me over and over. Yeah, I know, right? Let's actually look at the, Oh, yeah, it was actually fairly short. I'm worthless. The period after Hisao made me his girlfriend has been the happiest time of my life. The person I was in love with loved me as well, and we started a relationship. We were both going through a difficult time and made a pledge to support each other in each other's times of need. I'm worthless. Due to my success at winning Hisao's heart, I started reconsidering my previously held belief that I was a useless person to others. I started believing I was only as useless to people as I allowed myself to be. I started making active efforts to become a better girlfriend to Hisao, a better best friend to Lily, and a better club member to Naomi and the others. I'm worthless. I started enjoying the small things in life. The girl talk with Lily, the brainstorming sessions over headlines and captions at the club, the tranquil days in Hokkaido, and the occasional lovey-dovey exchanges with Hisao. Each of them brought a smile to my face when I recalled them before falling asleep in the evening. I'm worthless. My body, despite being scarred and disfigured, was still capable of making Hisao feel good. And despite part of my body being numb, he was able to return the favor as well. Oh my god, she's spiraling. I'm worthless. I stopped trying to survive from day to day and started considering my options for the future. Only things could have stayed like this for a little while longer. I'm worthless. The person I considered my best friend announced she might be leaving the country, and it seemed my efforts to sway her had the opposite effect. Then last Monday, everything came crashing down. Once more, I became an emotional mess hiding away from the world. I'm worthless. Yesterday, a glimmer of hope appeared. Hisao contacted me and wanted me to be there when he returned, to welcome him back. I took a sleeping pill that evening, the first one since Monday, in hopes of getting rid of the bags under my eyes that accumulated this week. Maybe we'd be able to reconcile if we could just pretend nothing had happened for just a little while. But I messed up once more and disappointed him again, and now he has no and now he was no doubt being welcomed by everyone else. Lily, Shizune, Misha, maybe even Kenji. Everyone except me. I wonder how long I can stay here. There's no school right now, so the building is nearly deserted. Students are hanging out at their dorms, in the gardens, or near the track. I don't think anyone will have much reason to hang out on the roof today, seeing that the sky is cloudy just like last Monday. I wonder how long I should stay here. Are people going to discover I'm not in my... I tense as I hear a sound coming from the stairway. Someone is coming up to the roof. I could hide near the far corner that's not visible from the doorway, but that's not much use if someone wants to hang out here. I wonder who it could be. A teacher, maybe? Emi Ibaruzaki? Hisao said she likes to eat on the roof sometimes. That'd be bad. She's on pretty good terms with Hisao since they started doing morning runs together. She'd probably tell him I'm here. Emi's artist friend? The one without arms? She likes to stare at the sky here, even when it's cloudy. That'd be okay, I think. I moved back a little so a person would have to move beyond the doorway to see me. The door slowly opens and several seconds pass. Then someone steps forward and closes the door behind him. The moment I catch sight of his sweater vest, I freeze like a deer in the headlights. Of course he changed it to a sweater vest. Hisao. It's really him. How did he know I was here? My first reflex is to look at the door. But before I can even seriously consider making a break for it, his gaze follows mine, and he looks back at me with a sad expression. Oh my god, they gave him the sweater vest alt. Please don't look at me like that. You're not gonna run away from me, are you, Hanako? I don't respond, but after a moment, I slowly shake my head. You weren't in the library or the tea room, and Lily didn't hear you in your own room either. So I started checking the spots most suitable to avoid people. Am I really that predictable? He slowly walks to me, but stops several meters away from me, as if suspecting that getting any closer might trigger an involuntary fleeing response. For a minute or so, we just look at each other, unsure on what to say or do. Then he takes the plastic bag he's carrying in one hand and pulls something out of it. A little something I picked up at the gift shop near the hospital's cafeteria. Aww. My eyes grow wide as I see what it is. It's a small bouquet of flowers. You're so kind, Hisao. Why are you so kind? He doesn't approach me any further. Instead, he just holds out the bouquet the way you'd hold out a dandelion leaf to a skittish rabbit. After a moment of hesitation, I get up and slowly take a step forward. And then another. They look beautiful. I don't deserve these. And another one. I should have been the one giving you these. And another one. An expectant smile appears on his face. I slowly stretch out my hand, grab the bouquet, and gently take it from him when he loosens his own grip on it. I hold the flowers to my chest, smelling the really nice odor coming from them. I'm not really sure how to proceed. I'd really like to thank him, but I think I'm too uneasy right now to speak. Part of me is happy for such a sweet gesture, but another part of me reminds me of how much this emphasizes my own inadequacy and makes me feel even worse. Just checking my bitrate. Oh, it's actually been pretty good. Okay, we all good. Again, we're just standing there, looking at each other. After another minute, Hisao slowly starts to speak. Hanako, you don't really need to say anything. But will you listen to what I have to say? I slowly nod my head. It's the least thing I can do for him, even if I can't do anything else. He takes a deep breath. This week has been very hard for us both. I had a painful reminder this week that I'm still at this school for a reason, no matter how normal I started feeling over the last period of time. And that's true for me as well. For a while, I was convinced I would be able to climb out of that rut I've been in for years and live an ordinary life, before I was dragged back in with a vengeance. It really is depressing. The last time I had a heart attack, it redefined me. It changed my outlook on life, on myself, and on others. And not all for the better. I forgot about all the small things in life I used to derive happiness from. I didn't rediscover them until I met someone with whom I could share those things with. That's probably true for me, too. I have no intention of letting this event become a similar turning point in my life, Hanako. I want to pick up where I left off. I still want to graduate here and study science. I still want to improve my physical condition in order to stretch the limits of my arrhythmia imposes on my life. I still want to get a few more members for my club. I still want to make more memories with the people I have here. And preferably with the girlfriend I have here as well. Hisao. For all the misery this week has brought, we have plenty of good memories to compensate, Hanako. I know I can't force you of all people, who has lost so much already, to stay with a person who could theoretically die at any moment. Wait, what? I just want you to know how terribly sorry I am I put you through all this. Wait. No, Hisao, that's not what... Did you think I know I'm being selfish for asking you this, but okay. What the hell was going through her mind? You're wrong. I blurt out my thoughts. For a second, he seemed shocked, not expecting me to interrupt his carefully rehearsed speech like this. Then he gets a puzzled expression on his face. Wrong about what? I would never think that way about you. What way? I swallow.
Maybe there are people in this world who would not allow themselves to get close to you because they're afraid to lose you permanently. But if everyone thought that way, you'd always remain alone. That'd be too cruel. You don't deserve that. Not you.
You can't deny it's quite a burden.
I know. And I was often reminded of it. Each time I saw you come back from the running track, each time I saw you take, or not take, your medication, each time I got into bed with you, I remembered. But when you became my boyfriend, I made a choice to accept that burden. Because you accepted mine.
Then why?
Because...
I feel the lump in my throat returning. Alright, what's she got coming for us? We got the sad music playing. What bombshell could she possibly drop on us? Alright. I struggle to get the words I need to say out of my mouth before I get too scared to say them.
Because I couldn't do anything for you.
What do you mean? I feel my legs getting weak. I cover my face with my hand and drop to my knees, unable to keep my emotions in check any longer.
When we started dating, we promised to support each other in times of need. But while you were lying there in the street, I couldn't do a thing for you. Saw you looking at me, but I couldn't move. Couldn't phone for an ambulance. I couldn't call for help. I couldn't even hold your hand to reassure you. I'm worthless.
Despite my best efforts to contain them, tears are flowing down my cheeks, and my shoulders shake in all the guilt and shame that's been eating me up all week long. That have been eating me up all week. Okay, that felt. I think I'm just saying it weirdly. As I feel the guilt and shame. It probably should have been that has been.
I thought maybe it was better if I broke up with you, so you could be with someone who could make you happy, and also wouldn't fail like I did. What good are all the small things like homemade meals and games and caresses when I can't even be there for you? Very moment you need me most.
I can feel his arms wrap around me and pull me close. Hanako, it's okay.
It's not okay. What do you think would have happened if we'd been alone? You could have died right in front of me while I just sat there doing nothing.
Hanako,
Sao, I'm sorry.
For a long while, he just holds me without saying anything as I sob against his shoulder. I wonder if he's gonna try and tell me not to worry about it. Is he gonna comfort me by telling me that it'll all even out nicely with a couple of lunches and a night between the sheets? Hanako?
Yes?
Was that an apology?
What?
Were you apologizing?
Yes.
Okay. I'll accept your apology if you accept mine.
Yours?
I couldn't help you either while you're having a panic attack, Hanako. Even though I promised myself that if what happened that day in science class would ever happen again, I'd be there to calm you down and reassure you. I wasn't able to keep that promise.
But you were having a heart attack at the time. There's no way I could expect.
There's no way I could expect you to keep your cool in the middle of a panic attack either.
Please stop comparing the two.
Why? Because it's devastating to your argument? We could ask your own therapist for her opinion, but I think if you're really honest, we could agree that neither of us was in a position to help the other, and that expecting otherwise would have been very unreasonable.
It's not that easy.
Of course not. I'd probably feel awful about it too if I'd been in your place, even though it's unreasonable. But I'm not blaming you. If there's blame to be passed around, I feel it's justified that I take my part, which happens to be slightly larger than yours.
That's not true.
But it is. Your panic attack took place because I got into an accident. That accident took place because I disregarded your advice and acted rashly. If someone is to be blamed, I should be that one.
It wasn't really your fault. Most people wouldn't walk slowly in the middle of a rainstorm.
That's my point. It was a really small screw-up that happened to have big consequences, but there's no valid reason for either of us to beat ourselves up over this.
Even so, I didn't even visit you. I should have been by your bedside.
I wasn't able to help you either while you were in your room fighting off a depression.
Please stop doing that.
Look, the point is that we both had our own problems to deal with first. That's kind of depressing.
So, we're not really that good at supporting each other in times of need, are we?
We both want to support each other to the best of our ability, and sometimes that's a little bit less than we'd like it to be. But it might still be enough for the other person. I couldn't be there for you while I was in the hospital, but I can be here for you now if you'd still have me. Without thinking, I give him a quick kiss on the cheek.
You're doing a great job. I just wish I could return the favor.
You already have.
How?
By waiting for me, like I asked you yesterday.
But I wasn't at the gate when you arrived. I couldn't even...
But you were waiting for me. Misha said she saw you waiting out there pretty much the entire morning.
I... was. But...
Something happened?
I saw you... in the distance. Together with... 2 other people. I thought those were probably your parents. I... was afraid to face them after neglecting you the entire week, and I got scared and ran off.
I hang my head in shame, but he doesn't seem bothered by it. They were my parents, all right. But what you did was probably for the best. This talk would have been really awkward with other people present. The important thing is that you were there and waited for me.
So, why is me waiting there so important to you?
One of the disheartening things about my first stay in the hospital, Hanako, was that by the time I was finally released, everyone except my parents had already moved on. and I was already aware of that while I was still laying there. I was thinking, if there was just one other person who was out there waiting for me, anticipating my return, I could have easily made it through the whole thing, even without visitors. I know what you mean, Hisao. I know exactly what you mean. It really would have helped me too when I was in the hospital for so long. He just wanted somebody there. He wanted Hanako to be there if he knew she was waiting. And she was. Like, that means literally the world to him. Oh, God damn, where's the yawn come from?
I think I know what to do now. I gently break his embrace and take his hands in mine. So, then I'll be that person for you. If you were to get into the hospital again, even if I can't visit you, I'll be waiting for you no matter how long you have to stay there. I promise.
Despite the fact my face is all red from crying, I do my best to smile at him. Hisao doesn't say anything, but I can tell by his smile how much my words mean to him. I let go, gently take his face in my hands, and give him a short, sweet kiss on the lips.
Welcome back, Hisao. I've missed you.
Oh my god! Wait, she got the hair clip back in? He put it in her hair as they kissed. Oh my god, Hisao, you sly motherfucker. Again, he doesn't respond, but I see a small tear from one of his eyes. He then brings one hand up to my face, slowly brushes my hair lock aside, and presses his other hand to the side of my head until I hear a familiar click. My hair clip. He's kept it with him. He doesn't ask me to be his girlfriend again. I don't bring it up either. We don't need words for this moment. Instead, he simply presses his lips on mine, and we kiss again, longingly, passionately this time, throwing off the weights that have been on our shoulders the whole week. Oh my god, guys. This is sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna power through and just finish it off today. We have one, like, we're in the middle of the second last chapter. I'm not sure how long we've been sitting here. An hour? An hour and a half? We've barely spoken a word the entire time. He's just sitting here on the ground, leaning against the wall, and I'm sitting on his lap, my head against his chest while he's stroking my hair.
Hisao,
Yes?
your parents, are they still here?
I asked Lily, Shizune, and Misha to keep them occupied while I search for you. I think if they wanted to leave, they would have called me on my cell phone.
They live pretty far away from here, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen them more this often this week than I have in the last few months.
Do you get along with them?
We're not extremely close since they work long days, so I was often home alone until late in the evening.
But they still took time to visit you this week.
Yeah, they even wanted to take me home to get some rest after picking me up from the hospital. You should have seen me freak out when they told me that. I giggle at that mental image. But they meant well. I guess I should spend some time with them before they leave, shouldn't I?
Yes. I won't be going anywhere.
Hisao takes out his cell phone, and I see him call Lily's number. He waits a few seconds, and then I vaguely hear a voice on the other side. Hey, Lily. It's me. Yeah, I found her. And we reconciled. Yeah, me too. Me too. Where are you now? You guys still giving my parents a tour of the school? Shanghai? Why'd you go there? Shizune was bored and she convinced them to take you there. I see. Actually, could you ask them to stay there? I want to spend some private time with them, and the Shanghai is more comfortable than my dorm room. I'll come down there in a minute. No, I'll be okay. You can probably stay for 20 more minutes or so. I could... You still have some shopping to do? That's fine too. Say, Lily, could you... Hello? Well, certainly not Misha. Misha, could you give Lily her phone back? Sure, I'll treat you guys for your trouble. No need to try and guilt trip me into it. I love this one-sided conversation. No, I'm not going to foot your entire bill. Okay, 3 things. 1, that has nothing to do with the matter at hand. 2, I was only 6 at the time. And 3, why the hell is she telling you about that? Misha, put Lily on the damn phone already. Hello? With an annoyed face, Hisao snaps the phone back shut. I chuckle at the scene that just unfolded in front of me.
Trouble?
Just Shizune and Lily extracting every embarrassing piece of information there is to know about my childhood from my mom. I'd better get down there before Shizune procures enough blackmail material to put me on the student council's volunteer list for the rest of the year. I get off his lap and we both head down the stairs to the entrance of the school building. I'd better be off now.
You're gonna walk all the way to the Shanghai? Is that okay?
I've been lying in bed for nearly a week. I really need to stretch my legs a bit. I'll be fine. I'm gonna take my time the whole ways downhill, and I'll be sure to take a short rest halfway through. Promise.
How about your way back?
Mom and Dad went there by car. They'll drive me back to school afterwards.
Can I walk along with you for a bit?
Fine by me. Be sure to drop those flowers off in your room first.
Yes. Meet at the gates?
See you there. That was fast. That was sweet. How much you want to bet she's gonna walk there too and meet his parents? How much you want to bet? I got a feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna power through and just finish this off, I think, tonight. I'd rather not do like a partial stream later on in the week just to do a single chapter. Hisao laughs as I walk past the school gate. Nice umbrella you got there.
Thanks.
Did you want to come along, just in case those clouds above us decide to drop a rainstorm down on me?
Not really. I mean, not just that.
We head down the road, and true to his word, Hisao adopts a pace that's barely distinguishable from Lily's. After 10 minutes, we sit down on a rock near the side of the road.
Hisao.
Yes, Hanako?
There's probably something you should know about Me and Lily.
Lily said you two had a fight.
It wasn't really a fight.
That's not a lie. It was far too one-sided to be a fight. Lily was uncharacteristically persistent that day. Eventually, I completely lost it and just tore into her. I'll never forget that hurt and frightened look on her face that moment. All I wanted was for her to leave me be. I never wanted to hurt her. I immediately regretted lashing out at her, but I couldn't find the words to stop her from leaving the room, and she couldn't see the pained expression on my face. Are you planning to talk to her?
I don't think she ever wants to talk to me again.
I told her never to come back after all.
How horrible can a person be?
Don't say that. Lily feels horrible about what happened. She blames herself much more than she blames you.
She does?
Yeah. This week's been hell for all three of us. Isao gets up, and we begin walking the rest of the way down. After a few minutes, Isao suddenly turns around and looks me straight in the eye. Hanako?
Yes?
You don't hate Lily, do you? I mean, she could be a little bit overbearing at times, but she means well. I remember you telling me she was a very special person to you and that you loved her a lot.
I don't hate her. I just wish things were different between us.
Different?
It's complicated.
I see.
Do we have to talk about this now? I'm still feeling a bit drained.
We can talk about it later. Holy Moses. I'm like just saving now whenever just to see that change to chapter 17. I want it to become chapter 17. I am desperate. Because I can't guarantee how long I have left of chapter 16 and how long chapter 17 is. Nah, you know, I'm gonna take the chance. I'm getting a little burned out here. I thought I could power through, but no, I'm fighting off a headache. Alright. Alright. I will leave this to next time. I apologize. I thought I could power through, but my head is just not agreeing with me right now. Still, that's another 2 hours in. We got through a good chunk there, obviously. Plus, look at that. Me being a teasing asshole was just leaving off on cliffhangers once again. Still, having a good time. I've liked this so far. I have liked this a lot so far. So, okay, so we'll definitely be finishing that off Wednesday then. Wednesday for sure, Sisterhood will be finished. So the Thursday stream I will just replace with something. There's no way I could drag that out for 2 more streams. There's no shot. Speaking of that schedule, boom! Yeah, tomorrow, guys, 8 o'clock, I'll be on Katie Bug's channel, and I'll be playing Katawa Shoujo with her. We'll be continuing where we left off during her new model debut, which was a little while ago. Just gonna continue on with her first time going through it. At least, you know, farther than just a little bit. She said she's played like a tiny little bit of it, but I don't think she ever actually got onto a route. So this is a good new experience for her. And I love it when new people try Katawa Shoujo. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll be on Katie Bug's channel playing base game Katawa Shoujo with her. But Wednesday, I'll be back in my stream here at 6 to finish off Sisterhood. I'll figure out something for Thursday. We'll figure something out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything else for you guys right now. We're so close, dude, guys. We're so close to finishing off Sisterhood. We're so close. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching, commenting, and lurking. I appreciate it very, very much. So, I'll be on Katybug stream tomorrow, and the day after, I'll be back my stream for more Katawa Sisterhood. Yeah, so, I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time.